A sudden collapse on a work site happens in a fraction of a second. One moment, a coworker is standing, and the next, they are motionless on the concrete. When the heart stops, a strict biological countdown begins. As this brain loses oxygen saturation, irreversible brain death starts at exactly 4 minutes. Simultaneously, a survival probability graph shows that for every untreated minute, the chance of living drops by 10%. To beat that clock, you must learn the specific steps required to manually pump blood through their body and use an automated machine to restart their heart. Taking immediate, definitive action eliminates dangerous guesswork. These steps are the only barrier between a coworker and permanent brain death. Rescuers who rush into an unassessed hazard zone risk becoming secondary casualties before the medical intervention even begins. Before you take a single step toward the victim, look up, down, and around for environmental threats. If you see a live electrical wire in a puddle, you must cut the power at the breaker box before approaching. Once the area is safe, approach the victim and check for consciousness. Tap their collarbone hard and shout to provoke a physical or verbal response. If they don't respond, immediately check their breathing. Watch their chest for normal rise and fall for 5 to 10 seconds. Occasional uneven gasps do not count as functional breathing. This schematic illustrates the bystander effect, where a crowd freezes because everyone assumes someone else is calling for help. Counteract this by pointing directly at individuals. Tell one person to call emergency services and another to fetch the AED. Securing the area and delegating these tasks organizes the response, allowing the rescuer to focus entirely on the victim. In one documented worksite case, a collapsed worker died because hesitant bystanders waited 12 minutes for paramedics to arrive without ever intervening. Rescuers often push too softly because they fear breaking the victim's ribs. This hesitation results in weak compressions that fail to move blood to the brain. To pump blood effectively, place the heel of one hand in the absolute center of the chest. Lock your second hand on top and keep your elbows straight. This cross-section shows the required force. Push downward a full 2 inches, physically squeezing the heart against the spine. Maintain 100 to 120 compressions per minute, timed to this metronome. Blood travels up the carotid arteries to oxygenate the brain. Overcoming the fear of physical injury is essential. Aggressive manual compressions are the only way to keep the brain viable until technology arrives. When the AED arrives, do not wait for a supervisor or medical professional. No specialized certification is required to open the box. The first step is simply turning the machine's power on. Once activated, automated voice prompts will dictate every subsequent action. The machine will instruct you to prepare the chest. Rip the shirt open and wipe the skin completely dry to ensure a clean electrical contact. This diagram shows the exact pad placement. You simply match the visuals printed directly on the sticky pads to the bare chest. When the machine advises a shock, step back. Ensure there is zero physical contact with the victim before the defibrillator fires. The AED is designed for zero training operation. It shifts the burden of medical diagnosis and electrical intervention entirely onto the machine's programming. First, secure the environment from hazards, check for consciousness, and verify normal breathing. Second, delegate. Point at specific coworkers to call emergency services and retrieve the site's AED. Third, intervene manually. Lock your elbows and deliver rapid 2-inch deep chest compressions to circulate blood. Fourth, use the technology. Activate the AED immediately and follow its voice prompts until paramedics assume control. Follow Me's structured, sequential steps replaces panic with specific actions, providing the best possible chance to keep a coworker alive until